Hey, this is Michael with XForcePC. I know I'm not in the shot, but I don't really need to be in the shot to show you what we've got here. So what we're running here is actually Microsoft Flight Sim. You know, we prefer X-Plane here, but this is for a customer, and the customer wanted Microsoft Flight Sim. It's what they like to use. So what we've got here, I kind of want to do a review of this. This is the Saitek Cockpit. And just so you know, this customer has at home 3 32-inch televisions across his wall. So this monitor is here simply to test and get all the instruments set up. You would not normally leave a monitor sitting on top here. Normally your monitor will be back behind this thing. And I believe this thing comes with a stand, or either that's optional. I know there is a stand available to put a monitor back here behind it. So what I'll say about the cockpit shell is it's terrific. It does a great job. Now here we have a Surface Pro 3 running sim plugins, so we have all of our instruments for our glass cockpit, and we could make this to where, you know, none of the instrument panel is showing. And then we just have everything on our Surface Pro 3 running sim plugins, and it's talking to the simulator through the network. The tablet's on Wi-Fi, the computer's plugged into the network. If you didn't have this tablet here, you could have more of these Saitek flight instrument panels. As you probably know, they can show a multitude of different instruments. There's about 15 different instruments that you can show on here. And then over here we have 4 locations for the panels from Saitek. This could be, you know, you could have 2 radio panels maybe instead of this backlit information panel. And then of course we have the multi-panel and the switch panel. We've got us a Cessna yoke here, and it fits just so nicely in here. The one thing I'll say about this, or 2 things I'll say about this shell, is what this is a shell to put all these panels in. It's excellent, excellent, but it is a complete rip-off. If this thing costs $500, that's what it should cost, is about $500. Heck, even if it cost $995, $1,000 for a piece of metal with some holes drilled in it, or cut in it, and then a leather covering here. So again, there's some very well thought out arranging here and cutouts into this metal plate, and then this kind of wraparound dash top here. Even if you charge $1,000 for it, I could say, okay, I get it, it's specialized, it does a great job. But they're charging $2,500 just for the empty shell. You still have to populate it with all this stuff. So for a piece of metal with some holes cut in it, and then the nice little dash thing, $2,500. It is off the charts insane. And the only reason this customer bought it is, you know, obviously A, he can afford it, and B, it just fit with what he wanted to do. And he thought the price was ridiculous as well, but it's what he wanted, it's what worked for him. And that's the only people buying these. People that have plenty of money, or a business that has plenty of money, and this is just what you need. Now it's unfortunate, if this thing costs, let's say $995, or really more like $500, which is what it should cost, I'd sell these all over the place, I'd recommend them, I'd integrate them into our systems, but the price is off the charts crazy. So you see what you see here. In the back there are 2 little shelves with pre-drilled holes that you can put your powered USB hubs on, and it does come with a couple of powered USB hubs, which those are about a $50 value, so don't think that's the reason the thing costs $2,500. That's about $100 of the cost. And it clamps nicely to the desk, and you know the yoke fits in here nicely. But again, you know, if you get past the 2500, it's a great product. It's just cost way too much. Now what we've done here for this customer is, you know, we've got our physical Saitek panels here. I call them the physical panels because you can touch and turn them. Backlit information panel, radio panel, multi-panel, switch panel. We've got 4 of the FIPs or flight instrument panels. And then we've got a Surface Pro 3, I think I mentioned that earlier, running SIM plugins over here. And this mimics what he has in his actual airplane. And so this is all touch enabled and pretty much looks just like what's in his airplane. So this was kind of a unique setup. I wanted to show it to y'all because it's not like, at least not exactly like anything we've ever done before, and thought it was kind of cool. I'll tell you what, I'll see if I can give you a shot of the back of this thing. Pardon the camera moving around, this is very informal. Try to pull this around. So, as you may be able to see, back in here, got a little shelf here. This is a shelf that the USB hub is sitting on, and then there's another one over here. So that's really all that you're not seeing when you're looking at only looking at the front, is you're just missing this little shelf here that the USB hubs sit on. And again, there's a monitor stand that sits back here that you can actually put the monitor on, but we just don't have it hooked up here right now.